Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Pff, American Idol over here. Okay, so today's video is my foundation routine. Now, this routine is a full coverage, flawless face. I know it's summer and it's hot and it's sweaty, so I don't wear this foundation routine every day. I usually wear a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer, but this is for you girls who want a full coverage, flawless face. Whether you're going out on the town, you're being photographed, you got a hot day, you get it? So basically what I like to use for my flawless face is Revlon ColorStay Foundation. Now you guys all, I'm sure, know this foundation. It's my tried and true for my full coverage face. And I use the normal to dry skin formula in 240 medium beige. I love this stuff. I love the formulation. I love the consistency. I love the longevity. The only thing I don't love is the bottle. I like that it's glass and everything, but it don't have a pump. So it can get a little messy, which is kind of annoying. But alright, let me just scooch in a little bit closer so you can see. And I'm actually just going to pin my hair back so it's out of my face, just like that. Alright, let's get started. So I have no face makeup on right now. I have just my eye makeup, and I always think it looks kind of funny without any face makeup on. But anyways, let's get into it. I am going to apply my foundation with my little Beauty Blender sponge. And I really love this sponge, guys. It creates an airbrush finish. It's smooth. It applies the product beautifully. I just put a little bit on my hand like that. Make sure you dampen your sponge before you apply your product, because that helps create the airbrush finish if you use a damp sponge. And also, what do sponges do? They soak up liquid. So if you're using a liquid foundation, it's just going to soak it right up to the center of the sponge, and you'll lose your product. So if it has some water in it, it will stay right on the surface, and you'll be able to get it right onto your skin very easily. So what I'm doing, whoops, I think I poured a little bit too much. That's okay. What I'm doing is I'm just sort of pouncing the foundation onto my skin like this. And this is going to create a flawless finish. Now, as you guys can tell, I suffer from the under eye circle syndrome. I'm sure some of you do too, but that's why we have makeup, right? Okay, so basically I'm just distributing it all over my skin, and I'm just looking into my mirror right here. Over my nose, on my forehead, and of course I bring it down my neck. Now I usually have like a self tanner on my face and my body, but right now I do not, so I'm looking a little washed out, a little pale. It's okay, that's what we have bronzer for, right? Alright, so I really love this sponge as well because it has a little pointy tip, and you can get under your eyes, around your nose. A lot of women get red around their nose, so I like to concentrate my foundation there. Don't forget your jawline. You don't want a mask, ladies. This ain't Halloween. Okay, so we are just sort of distributing the color. I'm using like really quick, like bouncy motions to kind of just push it into my skin, because I don't want the foundation to sit on top of my skin and make my pores look bigger and make it look cakey and nasty. We just want to kind of push it into our skin, bring it down our neck. Well, I guess I didn't pour too much because I used it all. But, yeah, so basically, that's how I apply my foundation, and then I do concealer. I really like to sort of make sure that it's really, really blended with the sponge. Sometimes I'll tilt the sponge to the side. Sometimes I'll use the tip. I really recommend these sponges. Sometimes I apply my foundation with like a flat top kabuki brush, and that's nice too. You can buff it in, but it doesn't give you quite the airbrush finish that this Beauty Blender sponge does. Okay, so next is my concealer. Now, I switch up my concealers quite often, but recently I've been using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles treatment, and I am in shade 10 Fair, and I like this because it has like a salmon-y undertone, and that cancels out the blue in my under eye circles. Now I do a triangle. I told you I like concealer. And bring it down the bridge of my nose, a little on my chin, a little bit on my forehead. This also helps highlight your face underneath your powder. It makes it look a little bit more natural. Then I'm just going to use the same sponge and stipple that into my skin, except I'm holding it this way so I can get the little pointy tip. Have a little bit more precision and control. And look at how this just melts into my skin while using the sponge. I've never used a brush that can literally melt my foundation into my skin like that. So moving on to my next part of my face, under my eyes. Just stipple, stipple, stipple. Kind of a workout. Okay, and onto the forehead. Whoops, don't forget the nose. Now I'm looking pretty pale, but that's okay. Okay. Blend, blend, blend. And if I have like blemishes or like dark spots on my face, which I do have sometimes, redness around my nose, my chin, sometimes on my cheeks, I like to use a creamier concealer. I use MAC Studio Finish in NW25. It looks like this. And I like to apply it with like a small stippling, dual fiber stippling brush from MAC. I can't read the number. I think it's 180 or 130. I've rubbed it off. It's a little dirty because I used it yesterday, but that's okay. And I'm just stippling it into the product and around the nose. Just use very little. Sometimes on my chin. Stipple, stipple. It's all about blending and layering thin layers. Because if you go in and you put a whole bunch at once, it's going to look really cakey. I prefer to do it in small, thin layers. So also this foundation is very buildable, which is great. Stays on for hours. And also I find if you apply in thin layers, then the longevity of your foundation increases, which is a good thing to do. Okay, so basically we are all concealed and covered up, and next it's time to set. Now, because I just put in all that work to lighten up and brighten up my under eye area, I'm going to set my under eye area with a translucent powder. I'm not going to set it with like a colored powder. I usually set my whole face with a colored powder. Today I'm going to do it in Revlon's Nearly Naked in number 20, Light Pale. I think I've showed you guys this before. But that's what I'll use around like the perimeter of my face. But for under my eyes, I'm using the Revlon ColorStay translucent powder. And it's broken. I dropped him. Poor baby. But anyways, I'm just going to take a Real Techniques brush. This is the contour brush. But I like to use it because it's small and I can fit it right under my under eye area. I'm just going to dip it in, tap it off, and just press it into my skin. When I apply powder, I don't do swirling motions like this because it's going to disrupt the foundation. You just want to press it into the skin. You don't want to really move the foundation. You just want to set it. And I'm going to put a little bit of this on my nose and my chin, right on my cupid's bow. Okay, now I can set the rest of my face with the Revlon Nearly Naked, and I'm going to use a bigger brush. This is a Real Techniques brush as well. This is the powder brush. I love these brushes. You can get them at Ulta. You can also get them online. They're made by Samantha Chapman. I'm sure you guys all know. She's a Pixie Woo here on YouTube. Love her. Love the brushes. So I'm just dipping it in, tapping it off. And just like I set my under eye powder, I'm just going to sort of pounce it onto my skin. And I'm not going to put it in circles just quite yet because I want to set the foundation first. Then I'm going to bring it down my neck. And of course a little on my forehead. I have normal to dry skin, so I guess I don't really need this much powder, but I do like a matte finish, and then I like to add my highlight and my contour wherever I want to put it afterwards. So basically, and I do like to concentrate it on my T-zone because in the summer, girl, I do get a little sweaty. Okay, now I got foundation all over my lips. That's okay. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Really easy, but it is full coverage. It is a flawless foundation routine. As you can see, now next, I would go on to my highlighting, my contour, my bronzing, my blush, and all that. But I've already made a video on that, so you should go check it out. It's my highlight and contour video. I'll put it down below for you guys. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and thumbs up the video if you like it. And before I forget, I want to give a big thank you to Miss Mascara 94. She's so cute. She's such a sweet girl. She gave me a shout out on her channel. If you haven't checked out her channel, go check her out. She's great. She has great videos. And she was actually the first person to ever comment on any of my videos, which was so sweet and heartwarming. Okay, so anyways, thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for chatting with me, and I'll see you soon. Bye!